going on, Shib Army? Guys, I'm going to tell you exactly what is getting ready to happen on this Shib chart. You can believe me or not believe me, but I'm going to give you this breakdown about what I think is about to happen, what you're going to see, what your price points are, should you be longing, should you be shorting, what should you be doing in this market right now. If you like the content, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the like button, and make sure that you leave a comment down below, because that is how engagement works on this crazy platform called YouTube. First up and foremost, we are looking at an MEXC perpetual future chart for Shib. Now, I know a lot of you might be spot traders. You might just be buying in order to hold and hope for the best. Now, if you're doing that, then that's fine, by the way, but you should be using RubyDex. There's a description and there is a link down below for RubyDex. It will allow you to set limit orders, and limit orders means that you can buy at certain price points. Whereas right now, if I told you, hey, you should buy Shib, you would just go and you would buy whatever the market price is. But with a limit order like RubyDex, then you'd be able to set it up. And it's one of the only DeFi exchanges where you can do that. But you'll be able to buy at a specific and lower price potentially than where you are right now. Now, when you look at this chart, this is a daily chart. We've seen some what you would call some wicking on this, and that to me would lead me to believe that there is some potential downside to this play, because we're not holding the highs and we've come down off of these much bigger tops, and we are in this blue line that you're looking at on my screen right here. This is called the point of control. This is the spot where you don't make trades, and you are in the no trade zone for Shib. And the reason for that is because when you're in this point of control, you can either break down or you can break up. You basically have a 50-50 shot at that point, kind of what the point of control is based on some of the market sentiment. Now, I'm going to predict that even though this is happening right here, I think the break is going to be to the upside the way that it looks. And the reason that I'm going to think that this is going to maybe even to the point that we drop a zero. Now, if we don't, then that's going to create a new point of control. It's going to be in one direction or the other. But you can see these are kind of long-term points of control because I'm using a daily chart. We'll look at the hour chart in just a second. But the break to the upside would be to drop a zero, come in about 10.4. Seems like a stretch right now, but hear me out. These things tend to play out in specific ways, and it feels like we've got this nice little wick down here at the bottom, meaning that there is some pressure for buyers on their way up. Now, one of the things that's causing a little bit of excitement here is that the burn rate is starting to increase. Now, we're not seeing a dramatic increase, but we are seeing an increase, and that increase is starting to show us that these burn rates have been sitting in the higher ends of millions for a few days now. We did have a dip yesterday, but we've had pretty good runs. So I do think that the burn rate has significantly improved, and if you come to the daily transactions, we were talking about 80,000 transactions just a few short days ago. Today, we're talking about 201,000 daily transactions, 1.24 million wallet addresses now going on Shibarium, and 29% network utilization. All of this is going to increase. This stuff is about, we're sitting on a bomb that's ready to explode. I'll just put it to you that way. I think that's the most important part, because we have a significant opportunity right here to create a legend in this ecosystem. Now, I said that it was going up. Let me tell you why. Come down here. You can see when we get on runs, it's usually when the RSI crosses the signal line. Okay, this is where it crossed over right here the last time. Went on just a magnificent run from where we were down here in the sixes all the way up to 11,336. I want to say the number was. I don't know if that's specific. I do specific. It's exactly what the number was. But we have this move. Now we got a bearish crossover, came back down, but look at what's happening here. We're starting to get that move again. We're starting to get this where the RSI is starting to move. It's about to cross back over. When it does, that's going to be a significant move. So the significant move potentials are, and looking at this chart, by the way, we could go into the mid range. You'll see there's some resistance over here. We could start to form a new range and a new area. So the potential is that we're going to have a bounce, with the high probably being 10,400 up here. Most likely scenario of a play, though, however, is going to be right here in this range. So I would predict that we're probably going to see a move from this low area of 72 to about 86. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until it gets up here. It's going to take a few days, by the way. I currently don't have an open position on Shib, but I'm going to wait for it to get to this range. And then if it starts to move up, then I'll be looking for a short at this point, coming back down to the point of control if a new point of control isn't formed. Now, if it does not, then I'm going to look for that continued move. I'm gonna if that doesn't happen right there, I'm gonna look for a short right here coming back down to the point of control. Now, here's the thing: when you do the math on this and you look at this, that's about a 19% gap. So using 10x leverage means that your profit margin would be about 190%. So if you were to put $100 into this, you would be cashing out $290 if you make this play in this position. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't want to get too deep into the woods here, but I do think that there is some opportunity for you if you've been waiting for a long time. And if you're not seeing that big move that you've been waiting for out of Shib, then maybe this is the opportunity for you to make a play on it and get yourself whole again. Now, what I would recommend that you do, what I like to do with this is if I make a nice little win. And by the way, when I'm doing these futures trading, I'm not doing it with large amounts. I'm only doing it with $100, $200 to $500. So when I make these moves and I get another $100, what do I do with it? I take my original investment back out because I want to put it back in for later. And then I take the profits that I win. And sometimes I divide it up because I might need it or something like that. Because, I go buy dinner, whatever the case may be. But the other thing is buy more Shib. Just go buy more Shib on a spot market. And again, you can use Uniswap, but RubyDex will allow you to buy at lower prices. Like you can set a buy order for when it comes down into 7,000, and it will come down to 7,000. It does it over and over and over again. So, why not buy at the bottom and feel like you're making a profit? It's a perfect way to DCA your way through what you're doing on Shib. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I know a lot of you are not fans of futures trading and derivatives trading of any sort. You want to just spot and hold and wait for the moon. But, we're all grown-ups here. We should be making money when the price goes up. We should be making money when the price comes down, like professional. That's what they do. That's what we should be doing. But again, let me know what you think. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell to be notified of future content, and make sure you leave a comment down below. We'll talk to you again